Hi, I'm Amy Rose White, integrative psychotherapist, talking today about the number one remedy for anxiety. It's something that plagues most people actually sometimes during the course of their adulthood. And we're not talking about a supplement today, we're not talking about a medication, we're not even talking about a somatic practice, which you know I'm a huge fan of. And I always will tell you, yes, slow your breathing, do your butterfly tapping, do all that stuff. It's fantastic. But I'm going to tell you what I believe is truly the number one secret to coping with, managing, and actually completely reducing what we tend to call anxiety in our lives. And that is disidentification. So let me explain what I mean by that. Most of the people that I see in my practice over the last 16 years, and even in the 27 years that I've been working with folks, talk about my anxiety. So that is what identification is. It's taking an emotional state and fusing our identity or our sense of self or personhood with that emotional state. And if that emotional state is something you don't want to feel, you don't want to identify with it because essentially it makes us feel as if it consumes us and that's the whole of who we are. And we even develop a whole kind of persona and storyline about our life as an anxious person who has my anxiety come up all the time. So what I encourage you to do through this practice of disidentification, I have a cat hair all over me right now. The cat likes to sit right here while I'm doing sessions all day, and then like the hair just lingers forever. I digress. So disidentification means really instead of having my anxiety be like a pet that you carry around, like, oh, my little anxiety, I love you so much. Let me carry you in a special bag made for your anxiety. I would encourage you to become clear that there's actually an unacknowledged emotion, like a true feeling and a sensory experience behind what we call anxiety. And if you've with me, you've often heard me say that anxiety is a garbage can word covering up unacknowledged, unidentified, or unexpressed emotions. Those are most often fear, anger and rage, or hurt and sadness. Not always, but they're usually in that category. So if we slow down and really ask ourselves, what am I feeling in my body when I'm referring to my anxiety? When I feel my anxiety come up, is it fear? Is it in my chest tightening? Is it in my throat constricting? Is there a pit in my stomach? What else could I call that? Is it actually anger? Am I feeling anxious and I'm nervous and I'm fidgeting because I'm actually just so pissed at something my neighbor just said to me, or that my kids didn't listen, or that my boss said something rude or dismissive or didn't respond to an email? Like, what is this really about? What's the underlying emotion? So when you start to identify what's actually under anxiety, and we can label it as hurt, anger, tension in my chest, this, buzzing feeling in my head, we can breathe into that and we can get really curious about, oh, okay, so what am I afraid of? What am I hurt and sad about? What is that? What's it reminding me of? What memories are coming? And then we can just be with the part of the body that's holding and expressing that sensation, because that's all it is. It's a sensation and it's an emotion. And we can do my favorite slogan, which is, I see you. Oh, tension in my chest. I see you. I feel you. And I love you. I'm going to bring all my loving attention to that sensation and that emotion. Anger. Oh, anger is here. Anger is here is a very different statement than my anxiety is back. Anger is here. There's hurt present. Sadness is here. Oh, I'm going to bring all my love and attention to that sensation and that emotion. And 9 times out of 10, I'm telling you, when you do that process and bring loving attention to what is present, it automatically begins to settle down and dissolve. Then we can ask, what is needed? Sometimes there is nothing because the attention was enough. Sometimes it's a self-hug. Sometimes it's reaching out to get a hug from someone else, if there's someone else in your home. Sometimes it's reaching out to a friend via text or making a phone call. Sometimes it's going for a walk or getting in nature. Sometimes it's journaling. What is needed is going to help you move the energy and get away from that identification with anxiety. So that's it. It's really simple, folks. If that's all you ever practice to deal with anxiety, this is another Mercury retrograde video, I promise you your life will change. If you don't carry around your anxiety in a special bag made just for it that becomes who you are, you start to widen the lens and feel a fullness of who you are with all of your emotions. And most of us are raised in environments by people who weren't given that permission themselves, so they don't know how to feel all those things. They don't know how to stay embodied and connected to their emotional and physical state. So they certainly can't teach us that if they don't have that skill, but we can learn it now. And we can be a model for our parents, our friends, our colleagues, our kids, certainly, of how to reconnect, drop in, get a little distance from the sensations, and actually find the root of it and what is needed and respond from that place. I hope this is helpful. Please let me know how you've managed your anxiety, if this works for you at all, and what other things you'd love for me to talk about. Thank you so much for subscribing. It means a lot to me when you like, when you comment, when you share these videos. It keeps me wanting to make more. Thank you so much, and until next time, may you be safe, may you be healthy, may you be happy, and may you be well. Bye for now.